Hello, friends. During Elul, this month preceding the High Holy Days, our deepest Jewish teachings encourage us to engage in cheshbon nefesh, a soul inventory or soul-searching process. This requires great discernment, the equivalent of an internal deep spring cleaning, albeit in the fall. We're invited to reflect on our relationships, including perhaps even with those people who might no longer be alive, and ask ourselves if there's any work that needs to be done. Who are we not in right relationship with, and what might we do about it? The low-hanging fruit in this regard are the people we believe we have wronged and haven't found a way to reconcile with. Do we need to ask for forgiveness? And are we clear that we know what kind of forgiveness we are asking for? And now, let's not confuse requests for forgiveness and excuse-making. No real request for forgiveness begins with, I know that you were hurt by what I did, but often a poor excuse, not a true asking for forgiveness. This process begins with some difficult and honest questions that we need to ask of ourselves. What was our role in the hurt that was caused? Are we prepared to own our responsibility even if the other person is not ready to own theirs? Forgiveness is not contingent upon eliciting a certain response for the person whom we are asking forgiveness. This is usually disingenuous. Furthermore, we have to honestly be prepared for the possibility that the person whom we are asking forgiveness may not be ready to forgive us. It doesn't change the reality that we still need to ask for this forgiveness. Our desire to be forgiven does not assure us of anything other than we might be planting a seed for some future reconciliation, some future forgiveness. Is that enough for us? Because it might be all we get. Remember, it is also possible to ask forgiveness from someone we're no longer in contact with or don't even know how to get a hold of. As I mentioned a moment ago, we have the ability to even ask forgiveness from someone who has died. Our tradition teaches us that these last two instances involve an inner process that might be ours alone. This still has the power and should be carefully considered. This kind of forgiveness might involve writing a letter, which of course may not be possible to send. If written with honesty and integrity, there's a good chance that it will have an impact on how we hold the regret, guilt, or shame that we carry around this relationship. The other part of this cheshbon nefesh that's worth our consideration involves people that have offended or even deeply hurt us and perhaps have never sought our forgiveness. Or maybe they have and we're not ready, we're not in a place to provide that forgiveness. That hurt, that woundedness is something we continue to carry around with us. Why? For what purpose? At some point in our lives, someone or maybe even a group or an organization did something to us that inflicted a wound, a hurt, a pain. Now it is ours. Does holding on to it bring us relief? Haven't we suffered enough? They might not even remember what they did, or maybe were never even aware of the pain they caused. Sometimes we feel that if we forgive in this situation, that we might forget, or worse, we might be letting the person or people who hurt us off the hook. We might exonerate them for the wrong for which they never took responsibility. The truth is that the proverbial hook is in our own gut, not theirs. By holding on to it, we continue to affirm that on some level, we need to continue suffering this injustice, this terrible slight. Do we? Isn't there an end to the hurt? Haven't we suffered enough? So, what would this forgiveness look like? No one can answer this question but we who are choosing to hold on to the pain. Perhaps it begins with trying to imagine how good it would feel to let go of this hurt. Maybe we might ask ourselves, how much longer must I carry around this pain? Is there an expiration date on it? Or do I choose to carry it to the end of my life? It's a choice. Our choice. This tool, Cheshbon Nefesh, a soul-searching process, might be the most important gift of our Yamim Noraim, our days of awe. There is no time to waste. The time is now. May this Elul bring us meaning, bring us healing, bring us greater wholeness and peace as we move towards the new year. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha, peace and blessings.